what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is me, Adrena Monet, and I'm really looking forward to this conversation we're going to have. Going to be a little bit different, but still helpful. Honestly, the just tidbits I'm going to be sharing in a little bit are going to be helpful for narc abuse survivors and just anyone on the internet. Period. As it relates to like online, personal online safety, security, and all of that. And so I also want to take a moment to say that this video and my preparation for it and all of that was inspired by one of my TikTok people. And she asked a question about how to just kind of combat like your accounts being like your social media accounts and profiles being sabotaged and otherwise by narc sociopaths and all of that. And just anyone else devious, but really there's very next to pretty much nobody as devious and all that as a narc sociopath or psychopath. So like I said, the tidbits I'll be sharing, whether you are a narc abuse survivor or just somebody who wants to just gear up and ramp up the security of your bank accounts online, your social media profiles, etc. This video will be for you. It's going to be a two-part video, just because it will be. And so I'll cover the first few points in this video, and then I'll cover the remaining points in a part two. If I feel the need to address this conversation again in the future, I will. But for now, the video will be two parts. And so hope you guys appreciate the resources and wisdom and all of that I'll be sharing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So as I said, this video is focused on safety and security measures that we can all practice in the online space on a personal level, whether we are a narc abuse survivor or not. The first point especially relates to narc abuse survivors because I wrote down that as it relates to working on your escape from the narc abuse connection, whether your parents are narcs or somebody else in your family, they're the ones that are narcs. You have you've had so-called friendships with narcs. You're dating one, have dated one, were married to one, are currently working on divorcing one, and all of that. Whatever the dynamic is, or you're dealing with somebody in your workplace, you have a client, whatever dynamic of a narc sociopath you're dealing with, I wanted to stress the point that we must use discernment ultimately when first coming to the realization of this very real life nightmare that we have been targeted with. And so when I say grow in or pray for discernment, what I mean is you're going to need an extra supernatural level of very keen intuition and gut instinct, whatever you want to call it, in order to decide which social media platforms are best for you and wise for you to be on. That's the first thing. So you're going to need to use discernment and all of that to figure out which social media platforms are best for you to be on and wise for you to be on. You're going to also need incredible discernment in deciding who you're going to eliminate, who you're going to have to eliminate, i.e. the flying roaches, people who will invalidate your experience and who will be too lazy and quite frankly unconcerned about your narc abuse situation to Google or do other simple yet impactful research on the demonic presence of it all. You're going to have to eliminate, obviously, any flying monkeys, any potential flying monkeys, flying roaches, and anyone that's going to gaslight you any further from your Facebook friends list. If you're on Facebook, of course, if you know me, you know my behind is not on Facebook, and I don't make any apologies for it. I'm barely on IG. I'm just waiting on somebody to create an IG replacement, and all right. But until then, if you have Facebook, you're going to want to, like I said, eliminate enemies, frenemies, anybody that could potentially be any of the above. Eliminate them from your friends list with no apologies. No conversation even needs to be had, to be quite frank. You don't have to you honestly should not notify anyone who is a snake or potentially a snake, right? That'll go feed information and stuff like that, feed your whereabouts or whatever else to the enemy being the narc, right? Fine. You also need to eliminate such enemies from your Instagram followers and make sure you're not following such people, right? eliminate such people from your TikTok list, etc. Okay, you're going to want to trim down, like I said, trim down such people from each platform that you choose to be on. That's the first point. So use discernment and who to eliminate from your life online and for sure offline. But because this video is about the online space, use great discernment and make no apologies for the eliminations that take place. Okay. The second point I want to make, give me a moment. The second point I want to make is that you'll quite possibly want to change your online passwords, not just across social, but for your financial accounts, etc. online, especially if you have children or perhaps other obligations with the ex-narc. You want to change, any bank account type of passwords, etc., etc. I was actually kind of unsure about what to say about this next point about the frequency of updating your passwords, right, and changing them. But experts over the years have said like once every 90 days. And of course, you should know not to make easy passwords, put your name, just put anything super common in your passwords. I will be providing some password creation, like password generator type. I'll do a password generator website down below in the video description. And let me see what else. I'll also post, I believe I have an article right here. I have an article right here about 5 of the best ways to store your passwords safely, as you see on the screen right now. I will be sure to include resources like this in the video description as well, the links for the fact to help you better manage your online passwords, right? Which adds to your security whenever you are doing X, Y, and Z on the internet, okay? But I still say when it comes to whether you have a password manager type of app or website that you use, however you go about keeping your password secure, make sure that you do update them like once every 90 days or however you need to go about doing it. Make sure you do that. And then make sure they are, hacker proof, if you will, whether they're hacker proof from a narc or another person, a random hacker that's out here in the world. Make sure that your passwords are hacker proof. And like I said, I'll include a password generator link in the video description down below. So that's the second point, is change your online passwords all across the board. Whether, again, that's just general good sense for being on the internet. The third point is be sure that you have created. Now, this third point is going to relate to anyone dealing with a narc demon or high conflict bullying type of people, and all of that. So be sure that you've created a safe place or a couple safe places in which to securely document everything. When I say document everything, I mean document the stalking, harassing attempts and actions, online and or offline, impersonation attempts, all of that, of the narc demon and his or her minions, and so on and so forth. And so, like I said, this video will be 2 parts. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this first part now, but I just gave you 3 points regarding ramping up and amping up your personal safety and security in the online space. I hope that all of that makes sense. Be sure to check the video description for added resources, etc. Actually read through the resources that I give you. I'm sure there's also YouTube videos from really qualified people to help you, walk through the process as well of increasing your security and your peace of mind while you are online on any given day. I do hope that this video is helpful to even, 5 of you for sure. It resonates with you all, because that means that, this made it all worth it. And besides all of that, get ready for part 2. I appreciate you for tuning in. My name is Adrena Monet, and I'm signing off. Peace, peace.